Hey guys, here's our first attempt at teaching resource algebra, Mr. Boyer's resource algebra class at Snohomish High School via video. So this is the assignment. This is the notes and the assignment for the week of April 13th through 17th. So this is 4/13 through 4/17. Here's the notes. And we're going to actually start a little different. I know this is going to confuse people as if it's not confusing enough. We're going to be in chapter 6. We're going to start brand new, brand fresh, new chapter. Okay, chapter 6. But we're actually going to do something different. Normally we start with 6.1. We're actually going to start with 6-2 notes. And then we'll go back and pick up 6-1 later, because I think it actually helps you guys understand things a little better. So 6-2 notes. Whoa, there we go. Okay. And we are going to be learning how to solve systems by substitution. So solving systems of equations by substitution. Okay, everybody get that down? All right. So we are going to have two different equations given to us. So we're going to have, for the first one, we're going to have y equals 3x. And we're also going to have x plus y equals -32. I'll try to remember to give you guys time to write these down. If you need to, maybe just pause the video and then write them down and then pick me back up once you have them written down. So you have these two different equations. You need to, first thing to remember, little note over here, okay? Always set one of your two equations equal to x or equal to y. It doesn't matter which one. Doesn't matter which equation. Doesn't matter if it's x or y. We want one of these two equations to be y equals or x equals. Now the great thing is this one already is y equals. So that's what we're going to use to plug in, to substitute into our second equation. So we're going to take this right here, and this is going to be substituted in for y. A lot of times we have y equals 5 or y equals 10, but now we have y equals 3x. So that is going to be substituted into the second equation for y. So I'm going to rewrite the second equation, x plus, but I'm not going to write y. I'm going to write this right here. What is the value of y? The value of y is 3x. So now I have x plus 3x, not x plus y. X plus 3x equals -32. Now I'm going to combine like terms. X plus 3x, they're on the same side of the equal sign, so I just combine them. 4x equals -32. Solve for x, divide both sides by 4. And I end up with x equals -32 divided by 4 gives me a -8. Okay. Any questions at this time? Excellent. No questions. No one raised a hand. That's awesome. That's dad joke number 1. Expect a few more. That's right. Okay. Now, I've solved for x. Now I need to solve for y. So I need to pick either one of these two original equations, plug -8 in for x into either one of them, and then solve for y. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I already have a y equals. That means I'm just plugging -8 in for x, multiplying, and I get my answer. I like that. That's simple. So I'm going to take the first one. I could plug it into either equation, and I'd still get the same thing. So I could go y equals 3. Don't write x. Write the value of x. Equals -8. I multiply those, and I get y equals -24. Perfect. Now I'm done. Now, If I put negative 8 into the other equation, I'd still get negative 24. It doesn't matter which equation you plug it into as long as you do it correctly. All right? So, my final answer, I would write it as an ordered pair. So, x equals negative 8, I go negative 8, negative 24, and I'd write that as an ordered pair. And that is solving systems by substitution. Now, let's do one more. I don't know if this video is going to be too long to load it onto YouTube. I'm sure not. Could take a while, but oh well. But we're going to do one more example problem before I give you guys your assignment. And your assignment today is actually only 3 questions long. Your assignment today is only 3 questions long, and that's actually for this week. Again, I told you we're going to start slow and build. So for right now, let's make sure we get that. I want to make sure everybody understands things as we go. One more example problem. So I have y equals, well, let me just draw a line here to separate. One more example problem. Y equals 2x plus 7. And then I also have y equals x minus 1. Well, remember I told you up here that always set one of your 2 equations equal to x or y. Well, both of them are actually set equal to y. There's no problem with that. That just means that I'm going to take this from the first equation. I'm going to plug that into the second equation in for y. So when I rewrite this, I'm going to rewrite the second equation, but instead of writing y, I'm going to write equals x minus 1. Instead of writing y over here, I'm actually going to write 2x plus 7. That took the place because this is y equals that. I'm going to plug this in for that y. So now I have 2x plus 7 equals x plus 1. Well, now I just have a 2-step equation. You need to solve for x. I'm going to subtract 7. I have 2x equals x minus 8. But now I got to get the x's together, so I'm going to subtract x. 2x minus x. That just gives me 1x, which is the same as just writing x. You can put the 1 there. You don't have to. Move this up a little bit. 1x, or just x, equals negative 8. So this right here is my answer. X equals negative 8. But I'm not done yet. Remember, I need to figure out what y is. So I'm going to, remember, Joel Boyer likes small numbers and positive numbers. So I'm going to go y equals x minus 1. That's a nice one. So I'm going to plug this x value back in for the second equation. I'm going to y equals, I'm not going to write x right here. I'm going to take this right here and put it in. So I'm going to write negative 8 minus 1. So I get y equals negative 9. Write it as an ordered pair. My answer is actually negative 8, comma, negative 9. And that is my final answer. Okay. So, your homework for this week, yes, I have my book with me too. Your homework is actually going to be page, right at the top. Homework, page 394, problems 12 through 14. Only 3 problems. I told you, start slow. Let's make sure we understand this. Okay, try those 3 problems. If you get this and this felt good to you, you probably did them really fast. But like we've done with everything in math this year, it gets a little harder as we go. So let's not overdo it. Hey, that's a wrap. That's Paul Blart teaching you, Mr. Boyer teaching you resource algebra with a beautiful mustache. You have questions, email me. We'll check back in. I'll try to send something out. We can maybe have a Zoom call later this week too. So you guys can ask questions if you have them. But if not, shoot me a thumbs up. If you liked the video, went well. Hope you guys are doing great. Take care, stay safe, stay distanced.